It's time again for Reginal Diary, your window to the regions. Hello everyone, I'm Suyokwo Kwakuche. Welcome to the program. On this program, we bring you all the interesting stories you need to know from across the 16 regions of the country. The plea from Daboya to the government is for the construction of a bridge on the White Volta to easily connect to adjoining communities. The people say without a properly constructed bridge, businesses have dipped and also put the lives of residents who cross the river via canoes in danger. Reginal Diary has more.
It's 6 a.m. and Dabuya is already busy. Residents are on the move to their various trade and work posts to earn a living. Students are also en route to school. Majority of the people have to travel miles to nearby communities to trade, and this is where their difficulties begin to cross the White Volta to the other side. This particular road has been divided by the White Volta, which connects Daboya to Sinsina, Kabal, Go, Kito, and Pendu. It is also the shortest route to Tamale compared to using the Busunu-Damango road. Students, teachers, traders and farmers here rely on canoes to connect to adjoining communities every day to work, and this comes at a cost. Even though residents admit there have been a number of accidents in crossing over to the other side, none of the people on the canoe had life jackets on. This raises an issue of prioritizing safety on the river. Buakpo Achu lives in Sisipe. He crosses the river every day to Daboya to school.
When someone is going to give birth, you will not get a better place to lie down comfortably. Then they can send them there. He will be suffering. So when we get bridge to support us, it will be very good.
Not only are students and traders affected by the non-existence of the bridge, health officials also feel the heat. In times of emergency, some patients, especially pregnant women, referred to Tamale to access health care, sometimes die due to the distance over which they have to ply the bad roads and the delay in crossing the river. These residents say the situation is dire and requires urgent attention.
These canoes, they are no good, and we are going inside the water. When rain is coming, you cannot go inside. When someone is not well, they want to send them to Tamale, and it's rainy season. They will just wait before the rain. And when they just wait, and the person dies.
Anytime any government was to come here, when they come, they will just come and promise us that they will do the bridge for us. And then we too, we are praying for them to come and do the bridge for us. Because as we're here, we are always suffering.
This road to Tamale is very short. Passing the other way around is a very long journey. So if we should get a bridge here, it will go a long way to help the community, because there are a lot of people here who are farmers. They have to transport their farm produce to Tamale.
Benapera Sumbori, the first of the Wasipe traditional area of Daboya, is calling on government to come to their aid.
If there is a problem on the Bolga road, and you just take Tolong and you come here, you will be in Bolga faster than somebody who started from Tamale. It's very short from here. So this bridge is going to link Upper West, Upper East, Northeast, and the rest of Ghana very, very fast.
Remains of the already broken down bridge, which in the past made travel easier within the enclave, still remains on the side of the White Volta. According to the assembly, a contract has been awarded to repair the Daboya bridge soon. The question from residents is, how soon will this bridge be ready for use?
It is the major link between the district and the regional capital. That is one. If you look at the Busunu route, it's going straight to the Daboya River. The river is going to be constructed to link that here to Tamale. The reason why it is important is that through Daboya, through Tolon to Tamale, remains the only comfortable alternative to the north from the south in case Yape and Bupe breaks down. Very soon, contractors will come to site to start the construction of the Daboya Bridge.
The people of Daboya pray fervently that help should come soonest from central government to construct the roads and bridge. They are optimistic that the bridge will open up their town to many business prospects, which in turn will raise living standards of their people.
The UN explains clean water is a basic human need that should be easily accessible to all, as there is sufficient fresh water on the planet. However, millions die every year from diseases associated with inadequate water supply, sanitation and hygiene. Reginal Diary was at Bosotri near Boti in the Yilokrobo district of the eastern region, where residents have no worries at all in getting access to water. Nature has provided them with an abundance of water, and the best is that it is free. Life on Earth cannot survive without water. It is a precious natural resource. Fresh water is necessary for the survival of all living organisms on Earth. Our bodies are made up of about 60% water, and we cannot survive more than a few days without it. Water is also an integral part of many ecosystems that support us and a myriad of other species. The sixth goal of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, established by the United Nations General Assembly, is to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. However, on the official website of the United Nations, around 2.2 billion people live without access to safe water around the world. In the mountainous areas of the eastern region is an abundance of fresh water from mountains, streams, and other unknown sources. Here at Bosotri near Boti, the news team noticed the source of water, which looks like a spring. The water in here looks so clean and a great sight to behold, with its wells and tanks just like a turbine churning water. For residents here, it is their source of drinking water and everyday use, as it never dries up. They cherish this water source and have named it Bosochido, literally meaning the love of Bosotri. Indeed, this is a treasure, as water, they say, gives life. Groundwater is invisible, but its impact is visible everywhere. Out of sight, under our feet, groundwater is a hidden treasure that enriches our lives. Almost all of the liquid fresh water in the world is groundwater. You're still watching Reginal Diary, your window to the regions. A community library complex stocked with assorted books to serve school children in Paga and surrounding communities is formally opened in the Katsina-Nankana West District in the Upper East region. The facility was funded by the African Publishing Innovation Fund with support from the International Publishers Association. The Learners Girls Foundation, a charity organization, was birthed in 2021 to offer academic support to school children with no access to academic programs in schools due to the COVID-19 restrictions, including the closure of schools. The founders, made up of university graduates, volunteers, and other individuals from the Paga district, are passionate about supporting the young ones in the Paga area academically. The IT director for Learners Girls Foundation, Mr. Mark Kubuga, said the library complex would serve over 20 communities in the Paga district and wishes that the project gets the needed support to benefit the community.
Actually, this will be the first completed library structure in Paga that will serve over 20 communities over here. So we look forward to the community handling it well and then patronizing it well.
The facility, which cost about $16,000 has a few computers to offer an e-learning platform to the children. Co-founder of LGF, Bushiratu Kumiriwo, said they are in partnership with Book Aid to donate books to them annually to stock the library. She commended the NCCE, the chief of the area and other stakeholders for their support in this project. Ms. Bushiratu, however, was not happy because the facility has no electricity.
The part of this particular library will be for e-learning, as they will be able to access educational materials worldwide.
The Kasina Nankana West District Director of the National Commission for Civic Education, Mr. Robert Dampari, commended the Learners Girls Foundation for the initiative. He also commended the chief of the area for making land available for the project and urged the children to make good use of the facility to improve their knowledge. For many, a popular addition to any local or continental breakfast dish is bread. This flour dough-based accompaniment comes in different flavors: butter bread, sugar bread, and wheat flour, popularly called brown bread. But have you ever wondered how your favorite bread is made? This is the story of a special bread recipe baked on the sweet prayer leaf, mostly referred to as wache haban in Akan or wache ba in Ga. Those who swear by it say the leaf adds natural flavors to the bread and it is nutritious as well. Ba mlim bodo bodo, which literally means bread in a leaf, has existed for decades and is very popular within Jamestown and its environs in Accra.
With a quarter-century worth of experience under her belt, Madam Evelyn has gained bragging rights for constantly maintaining the standard of great taste in Bamli Bodo. She has diligently managed the business and extended its client base beyond Jamestown. People come from far and near to buy from her for onward sale. Others place orders for their social events, while others purchase for domestic use. Lovers of Bamli Bodo cut across all walks of society, and as Madam Evelyn tells us, Bamli Bodo was late President Atta Mills's favorite accompaniment for all his breakfasts.
Someone bought a loaf and recommended it to the late President Atta Mills, and it became his all-time favorite.
All one needs is flour, salt, sugar, butter, and yeast mixed together, then knead until it becomes even. No artificial flavor of any sort is added to the mixture, as the bread derives its natural flavors from the sweet prayer leaf. After kneading, the dough is transferred onto a lightly floured flat surface, then gently molded into balls. The leaves are cleaned thoroughly before the dough balls are transferred onto them. The dough balls are arranged 6 to a leaf. It is set aside for about 5 to 6 hours to prove until it doubles in size. About an hour to the time for the dough to prove woolly, the traditional oven, which is made of clay, is preheated for the walls to absorb the heat. Next, transfer the loaf onto the oven and bake until golden brown and the loaf sounds hollow when tapped underneath. On the health benefits of this type of bread, a dietitian, Mr. Wise Chukudelecha of the Trust Hospital, told our crew that the leaf is good for our health as it has no bad effects when used in baking.
These leaves come with certain compounds which are rather healthy. They are like nutrients. They even have properties like things that can be like antioxidants. And antioxidants, they protect our health.
Bamli Bodo is heavier than your regular sugar bread. The aroma of the bread alone, especially when it is fresh from the oven, is enough to convert even the most skeptical buyer. A big bite and you realize that the taste is elevated to a whole new level of finger-licking yummy goodness.
This is Reginal Diary, your window to the regions. We'll be back with the Community in Focus segment. Please don't go away. Thank you for staying on. It's time for our Community in Focus segment. A community founded by a great warrior who fought several battles for the Akwemus in the 18th century. The then Akwemu Traditional Authority, proud of his exploits, handed him several acres of land as a gift. What was the name of this great warrior? How does this town come by its name? Do you know that this community once hosted the famous Pokwasi State Farms? For answers to these and more, the regent of Abensu ni Asasi walks us back in history for the coming into being of the town Abensu, originally known as Mabensu, literally meaning I'm near water. Abensu is a farming and basket weaving community in the Ganoth municipality of the Greater Accra region. Oral history has it that a great Akwemu warrior by name Dodo Donko, who fought in several battles for the Akwemu state, first settled on this land. The land was gifted to him by the then Akwemu Traditional Authority in the 18th century. This was in appreciation of his selflessness and dedication to the Akwemu state. In his quest to have a settlement in close proximity to a water body, he is said to have heaved a sigh of relief and exclaimed, Mabensu, when he sighted the Insaki River. This is how the town got its name, but this has been corrupted over the years, and the town is now known as Abensu.
The original name of the town was born out of a statement made by the founder, Mabensu, to wit, I am near water. But this has been corrupted over the years to Abensu.
Ni ake nodi adisa wala ewo ke eta wo heni nuyo dani etu eklowa ewo enye ni ari na fa ne no me fa elegbe ewo de me ke o ma bensu ewo ni wa tu eklowa ewo gbanu no tun ni wo na ma na egbe abensu o fa ni e ba be ke ani na no ke wa ke ma bensu tun ke benke fa.
Abensu is run by regents from the different family heads or Wekunukpa. This means Abensu has no chief.
Abensu is run by family heads. As such, we don't install chiefs in this area.
The regent, Niasasi, says Abensu offered a vast portion of its land to the government during the tenure of the late Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to establish the now-defunct Pokwasi State Farms. Abensu was once a vibrant community when the Pokwasi State Farms was operational, but not much activity goes on there now.
The State Farm say, well, I can know ale kolo china ke work to ke ni bi wo ntuma ha ba chadam. I feel like water was complete. Now the still law.
In the past, this dam supplied water to the entire Abensu and adjoining communities. Now, the dam is overgrown with weeds and all equipment destroyed after the collapse of the Pokwasi State Farms.
This dam, now dried up and overgrown with weeds, was constructed to supply water to the farm and workers and even surrounding communities. Now a pale shadow of itself, a private individual is using the reservoir to breed various species of fish, including tilapia. Thanks for staying on. It is an important tool in many an African kitchen. Your best bet in the preparation of meals like banku, kokonte, porridge, among others. Despite advances in technology and rapid innovation happening around, the ladle has no perfect replacement yet. For users, it has been a valuable servant for cooking, but for producers, the production of the benkuta is now a headache due to the scarcity of the raw material, wood, for their work. From Kona, the Reginal Diary team understudied how this item is produced and the best alternative available.
Nyamidria is the best for producing this valuable kitchen material, the ladle. From the heart of the forest in Mampong, the wood is carefully sourced being the only right species required for producing the ladle for these crafters. Carting the wood from the forest to this center, it is then divided into 4 parts, then into smaller parts, perfect for shaping. Duration of making the benkuta is between 3 to 5 minutes, depending on one's strength and speed. The benkuta or ladle comes in 2 shapes, a square or round. Then, some are also crafted to suit the user. So this means it is suitable for a northern and southern market due to the different dishes prepared by the diverse ethnic groups in Ghana. Aside serving the Ghanaian markets for the past 20 years, these men also produce for clients and customers in Burkina Faso, Niger, Togo, and other African countries. The technique required and strength needed for this duty makes it unattractive to women in that area.
Only one woman learned it in this town. It was assumed that making this ladle was reserved for only men, and that a woman who does it well will not bear children.
One may assume that the threat on the country's forests and government's resolve to fight climate change must be a concerted effort. However, despite being not against government's quest to save nature, some measures are affecting their work.
We find the wood from the forest, and the commission's officials always give us difficulties over documentation. They sometimes seize our wood and collect monies from us.
Still now you could trade you near the bar. I'm for so as on Baba Chia. Ajiji and who's scanning at the Yadman. Since he had here once some waiting.
Getting a wood is difficult, and the police officer's attitude don't help.
Approach if you do mock out.
Some children are already learning the trade, earning them some small change. Sitting under this makeshift structure to work for over 2 decades is not beneficial.
If government can construct a permanent structure for us to shelter us from the weather, we would be grateful.
Looking ahead, they want their share of the 1D1F to improve and add value to their products while enhancing the socio-economic development of the area.
And now some faith news. The president of the Apostolic Church Ghana, Apostle Dr. Aaron Amina, has officially introduced the new leadership of the youth ministry of the church. He said the youth ministry is an instrument God can use to revive the church.
The new leaders, comprising 6 males and 3 females, were inducted into office by the president of the Apostolic Church, Apostle Dr. Aaron Amina. For the Apostolic Church Ghana, the month of March is not only to be remembered as a month of Ghana's independence, but also historically as the month in which the youth ministry of the church was birthed. The emergence of the youth ministry marks the end of a wing of the church called the Witness Movement. The youth ministry strategically serves as a bridge between the children's ministry and the men and women's movements. Young people between the ages of 13 and 25 are required to join the youth ministry. This is to ensure that good attention and proper spiritual grooming are given to the youth. Besides, the youth ministry is expected to help curb the migration of young members of the church to other denominations. From age of 26, members of the youth ministry are expected to join either the men's movement or the women's movement, depending on their gender. Graduates and professionals are also expected to join the Apostolic Professional Network, APN. The president of the church, Apostle Dr. Aaron Aminna, reminded the youth and the new leadership that the church is expecting a revival.
There are things that you can do in your youth that when you become an adult, you can't really do them well. So youth is a time where you invest into your life.
A new youth logo was unveiled by the vice president of the church, Apostle Frederick Ajeman. A senior minister, Professor Alex Edwards, who is also the chaplain at the University of Education, Winneba, and Deacon Samuel Atiogbe are credited for creating the concept for the logo.
Tai Kwame, a farming community near Shai Hills in the Shai Osudoku district of the Greater Accra region, has outdoored its new chief, Nenena Buslobo. Nenena Buslobo appealed to the government for the construction of schools in the area, as school children have to walk long distances to access education in neighboring communities.
The people of Tai Kwame are from the Gbesedom clan of the Shai Usudoku and are the first to settle in the Shai Usudoku district. Since moving to the area in the 14th century, the community has grown in size with a current population of about 1,000. Farming is the main occupation of the people. Most of them cultivate cash crops and rear animals. At the ceremony to outdoor him as the chief of Tai Kwame, Asafuachena Boslobo highlighted a number of challenges facing the community, one of which is the lack of schools. He called for urgent attention to be paid to the community, which he described as fast developing.
Eje school ne bi o logo maya suojo wa saminya eja kan lorry bro ji lorry blong wa na lorry agbo igun ona ne ko we obinye maya school eja kan lorry magbemo kafan.
The community hopes to witness development under their new leader.
And it's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching Reginal Diary, your window to the regions. Do join us again next week, same time, for another interesting package. I am Seyokwo Kwakuchere. Bye for now.